Hey everybody, it's Hazard. Today I'm going to be showing you how to break apart your A&K SPR Mod0. Some tools you're going to need: small Phillips head screwdrivers. Anything will work, basically just anything with a small head. An Allen key set, some pliers, a hammer, and also a flathead screwdriver. Alright, so here's our suspect. First thing we're going to do, well, let me remove my accessories real quick. Okay, now everything's taken off. The first thing we're going to do is take our Allen key set, take a relatively small one, and we're going to unscrew this guy right here next to the selector switch. Alright, now the screw's out. I'm going to take one of my small screwdrivers here, and then we're going to take a hammer and tap this bolt through. Alright, so here's the bolt removed, and then here's the screw. Keep these parts separate, make a pile for them. We don't want those to get lost. Second part, there's a little pin right here under the bolt release, next to the mag release. This is going to have to come out. Now, there's something very important you need to know about this. You can't hit it out any old way. It's got to go from left to right. It should pop out on the right side of the body. So we're going to do what we did with that first bolt. We're going to take a small screwdriver and just set it right on top there and hit it with a hammer. Alright, here we have that little guy. As you can see, there is a hole there now. Make sure you don't lose this, and make sure you know which way it came in. There are some grooves on this side, and the grooves are going to be on the right side of the gun when you put it in. So, next step, we're going to take that same Allen key that we had and unscrew this bolt right here up front. Now, the reason you have to unscrew both of them, it won't just break open, is because it makes the gun a lot more durable. Alright, so we're going to remove that screw and then do the same thing we did with the screwdriver here and just tap that. Alright, now watch what happens when we remove that screw. The body, hold on here, the body should break apart. This is going to come forward, and the lower receiver is going to come back. There's a spring in the hop-up that pushes the front up, so it's going to break side to side. Okay, so now that's done. As you can see, it's split right here. Also going to take the magazine out. Now, basically, it's just going to pop apart just like that, and then with a little wiggling, it should slide out backwards. Okay, mission accomplished. Here we have the lower receiver with the mech box and the stock. And then up here we've got the upper receiver, and inside of here you'll see the hop-up. Now to remove the hop-up, you simply grab the chamber, slide it out backwards, just like this. Here is the inner barrel. Alright, and then here's the hop-up chamber. You've got the rubber in there, your gears, the inside, and then you've also got this spring here. One thing you can do while you've got it out is clean the inside of the barrel, so that way when you push all the dirt out, it'll come out here and it won't go into the gearbox. Okay, next what we're going to do is we're going to take our flathead screwdriver here, and in the back there's that screw right there. Okay, it's a relatively long screw. It goes all the way from here down to here. It's got about an inch of threading. So we're just going to unscrew that and take the stock off. Make sure you take out the battery before you do this. You don't want to damage the wires. I have a sock in there for insulation. So get your battery out and unclip it. Alright, and now we can unscrew that. Okay, so I have unscrewed this, and here's that for you. There's the threading. As you can see, it runs all the way along the stock. Alright, and then we're going to pop this apart. Nothing to break here. You got this ring here. Make sure when you put it back together that this ring makes it on there. Your stock is going to wobble. That's very important. Now, just pull the wiring in the fuse box out of the stock. Okay, and now we have access to the back of the gearbox, so when you remove the whole gearbox, the wires will come out with it. The next thing we're going to do, we're going to move to the right side of the gun, and we're going to remove the magazine release. You're going to need your little baby screwdriver again for this, and basically right there's a little screw on the mag release. This is universal for pretty much every M4 style body I've ever seen. Basically, you're just going to unscrew that and make sure you don't lose this little screw. Okay, so I've removed that and the little screws in there, so let's put that over here with our little parts. And you're going to see a spring here. Remove the spring, put that by your parts. Remember, the spring goes in on the right side, and then your release pin is going to drop out on the other side. Remember, the release pin goes on the left side of the gun, just like that. Okay, so what that allows us to do is, as you can see in there, there's a little, actually you can't really see that, but there's a little ring in here that connects the gearbox to the body. That's just for rigidity. Now, the last thing I believe you need to do is unscrew the hand grip. I'm not going to do this for this video, but basically all you need to do is unscrew these screws down here. Actually, you just need to do this one and this one, I think. And be careful because the motor is magnetic. The reason I'm not taking it off is because I have tape on mine right now. It's not broken. I just like the feel of that better than the plastic M4 grip because I haven't bought a Magpul one yet. So there are 3 steps to this. Unscrew it, take the plate off. Second step is to uncouple the battery connectors. Remember which way they were when you put them in. M4s usually have a long tight motor, and then you're going to pull it out, and inside the cavity there are 2 screws. You're going to unscrew those from the bottom, and your hand grip will simply slide off. That is the last thing you need to do to access the mech box. And then to get inside of the mech box, you're going to unscrew all these little screws around here. Now, some of my friends that have these guns, when you pull it out, this little piece here will drop into the body of the gun and you'll lose it. So make sure you get this and you put it back on before you reassemble the gun. Okay, if you feel comfortable reassembling your gun from this point, then you can stop watching this video, but I'm going to run through one more time how to reassemble this. Okay, first we're going to put our mag release pin back in. The pin part goes in the back, just like that. We're going to flip it over and place this spring right in here. And then we're going to put the mag release button right there and then screw that back on.